Do you think that entrepreneurs and startups are too focused on getting venture capital funding? Have they become almost too sophisticated in Web 2.0, Web 3.0?
I think that given that the cost of technology has declined, the cost of building out a website has declined, there's available talent on the market today like never before, I think that a lot of entrepreneurs could make more progress in building their company or their product before they get to venture capital than they do, because it's inexpensive and talent is available. And if they did that, they would command potentially higher valuations and better terms. So what we find is that the best of the entrepreneurs, interestingly, are trying to more go it on their own for a little while longer before they knock on our door. We see all flavors of entrepreneurs. We see those that are simply just more comfortable getting with a venture capital firm early in their development. We see those that want to wait till later in development. But the wonderful thing about it is that the cost of technology, as I said, has come down. Talent is available like never before. And the cost of essentially trying something with customers on a web page is inexpensive these days relative to even what it was 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Why did General Catalyst Partners sponsor the Startup 2009 conference?
I called Henry Blodgett 6 or 8 months ago and I said, this is a conference we ought to do, and I'd like to use the Silicon Alley platform and partner with you to do it, because we want to engage entrepreneurs on the East Coast to remind them that, one, funding is available here, and there are great venture firms to back them. They don't always have to go out west to Sand Hill Road. Two, we believe that there's not enough bravery in the East Coast entrepreneur base. You see more of that on the West Coast. And what I mean by that is people being bold with their ideas, being willing to attack incumbents, be able to try and figure out how to get market share from very large players and so forth. So we live to find the breathtaking idea, the breathtaking young entrepreneur and so forth. And I want to use this conference as a means to remind all of those people that entrepreneurship is alive and well here in New York, as it is up and down the East Coast. And we're writing a check at the end of today to a winning entrepreneur to get him started or her started. And we also want to remind them that thinking big and being bold is going to be attractive to entrepreneurs and to VCs, and ultimately that will make, hopefully, a more fertile ground on the East Coast for entrepreneurship.
What will it take for the winning company to win the Startup 2009 event?
Attacking a big market, having an innovative approach to a market, an articulate way of describing their vision of how they're going to play into that market, and some moxie. We do look for people that can think on their feet. They seem comfortable when they're confronted with difficult questions, so that we feel like they're going to be on balance as they grow their company. And it's those sort of combinations of things I think that will probably be ingredients of a winning competition.
What do you think $25,000 means to a startup today?
I suspect, as much as I'd like to say that it's a lot of money, I think the validity that they won this contest, this Silicon Alley Startup Conference, and we were sponsored from General Catalyst and so forth, I think the validity of that is probably more meaningful and probably has more octane in it for the startup than the simple check for $25,000. I think the $25,000 is great, but in today's world, it's not going to take them through to any meaningful milestone.